right, welcome, Jared. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.
Yes,
Thank you for being
sir.
here today. I appreciate you. You want us to call you Jared, or you want to go by Jay?
Yeah, Jay's cool.
Okay,
Jay's cool.
cool. So appreciate you for joining the Spoiler Talk interviews today, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some of your work that you did in the past, and just a little bit about you in general. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, just some background about what you do.
Some background about what I do. Well, I make clothes. That's a big part of me about what I do. Been doing that for some time now. I'm a dad. That's another big part of me of what I do. And yeah, it was kind of like two main things that I'm focusing on, though. Being a dad and making clothes.
Okay. I see you have the clothes that you
Oh,
made.
yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great, great. I love that we're interviewing you today because amongst, the other people that we interview, whether authors or actors, you're a multi-talented creator. So you're also a designer. So I like to see people, who are doing different things and a part of just, what they're doing, the main thing that they're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you being a designer, what got you interested into getting the idea to write a story?
It was just the storytelling. Being a designer, you always want to be able to tell a story. You're just doing it through a different outlet, through the clothes. And this was just something that was a little bit more direct, the communication. Something to play around with, which is why I didn't take it seriously. It was just something that I just wanted to be able to communicate a different way.
Okay, and just to make sure we're talking about your story In Too Deep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when did you release this?
I never released it. This was like a inside, if you know, you know, around the table kind of thing. And I ran this actually a few years ago. So yeah, that's the reason because it was just something like that was just for the people because it was just another expression, something I wanted to get out.
Okay, and tell me a little
Yeah.
bit about In Too Deep. Just a little bit about what that is for those who haven't read it.
Oh, so that's a nonfiction story. It's about a young individual who is molded through his environment, which then, dictates a lot of his actions and leaves a lot of cliffhangers and open-ended questions. And it's an interesting journey, his story. And it's completely something that like you wouldn't really anticipate. So that's what made it exciting to write and hopefully to read.
Okay, and what was one of the most challenging things about writing this?
Two parts to that, two answers to that question.
Okay.
One would be not being able to, because for me personally, I like to leave cookie crumbs, and I like to lead up to a bigger message. So just kind of playing a balance of the storytelling of how you want to lay it out. Um, I don't. It's that's like the foundation of being a good storyteller. Just having the details online. So that's probably the most challenging yet a good challenge because that's the fun part. When you're making the pieces connect. The second answer to that part would be how do you do it again? Because I left the story kind of open ended, and I've been tiptoeing on doing a sequel, or if I want to or not, or if I just want to leave it there. So yeah, that's the other challenge to it, I would say.
Okay. So in that challenge, do you think that do you need to find a creative push, or is it more so like you think it's a finished product already?
I would need it's it's definitely not a finished product already, but I don't know if I would necessarily need a creative push. There's so many open holes or different routes that I could take it in that I'm kind of paralyzed at the fact almost of which direction would want to take it. And like again, like this was all that's just fun for me. So it's just like, when the answer does truly come, or whenever I feel like I would want to take it in that direction, like for sure, then I would do that. Until then, I'm just gonna sit on it and leave it as be.
Okay. And I know you're saying this is something like, if you know, you know, but is this a something people can just find, like go online and find and read themselves, or do they have to know?
Not yet, but they will now. Definitely about to put that out. Get the team working on the technicalities on how we could get that out for the people to read.
Okay. And
Yeah.
when it's time for that to happen, when it's time for you to put it out there, have you thought of ways that you would go to put it out there, whether via social media or
We're gonna have a release date on Spoiler Talk. You can only access it there. No, I mean, I guess with anything else, social media. Yeah, like this is all something that is learning as I go as well. So yeah, definitely social media.
okay.
Just putting it out. If you're asking if I'm the type to like do like a book signing, I don't think I would do that. Yeah, so it's more of a if you want it, you know, enjoy the story. But if not, then you'll never know about it.
Well, I'm interested to see if we'll see any sequels of this in the future.
Yeah, I am too. I would really want to see this. I'll leave with this note. One thing that does entice me and intrigue me to want to write it is, making it a production. Like turning it into something that people could see.
Mm,
That would even take it even more fun. Take
mm.
it to another level of more fun. I think that's the next ceiling up for me, I would say.
Okay, I like that. You know what that reminds me of? I don't know if you're familiar with the actress Reese Witherspoon, but
Yeah.
she has a book club, like Reese Witherspoon's book club, and she turns the books that they read in the book club, or at least some of them, into films, and that's like a whole nother thing. And it's a whole nother exposure for the author. And I think one of them, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of them is now on Hulu, Black Cake. I don't know if you heard of it, but
Oh yeah, really?
yeah.
I might have to reach out. Like, yo,
Hey man, I'm saying like, that's a whole nother avenue. Like it's actually pretty cool because I bet you there's so many authors out there, writers out there just like you that, have a story written on paper, but would also love to see it in production as well too. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Facts, facts. That's a fact.
that'd be cool. Okay, well, you did say when the time does come for you to put the book out there, that you'll be putting out spoilers so people can check it out, and also social media.
Yep.
You want to let us know where we can find you on social media when that time comes?
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, that's everything.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Oh man, I appreciate you sharing your insight and telling us a bit about your story today in Too Deep. Appreciate your time. And is there anything else that you wanted to share before we close out?
This has been an amazing time. Spoiler talk, spoiler talk. I can't even talk. This is dope. I'm loving it. Yeah, so yeah. Let's keep going up.
Of
This is
course,
wonderful.
man. Jay, I appreciate it. And same to you. Hopefully we get that sequel, if not maybe in production, but we hope to see you, striving more in the future. So appreciate your
Yeah.
time, man.